Dmitry Bivol's game plan was amazing. He is now the new undisputed light heavyweight champion after beating Artur Beterbiev by majority decision. It was a real solid fight, just like the first one, but Bivol clearly learned from his mistakes and worked on them this time around. Not to brag, but I had Bivol winning this fight. He made very minor mistakes in the first fight that I knew he was just too smart, and the team around him was just too smart to let those mistakes carry on into the second fight. I knew that he was going to be twice the boxer he was going into this fight. In the first fight, he was getting walked down a lot, getting pressured a lot, trapped in the corner. Now facing a guy like Artur Beterbiev, who's a pressure fighter, walks you down, and a very powerful fighter, I get that. But you will not beat him if you keep getting back down. Alrighty, now I actually had Bivol kind of winning that fight in the first fight, but it was a very close fight. Had Bivol not made those mistakes, he would have got that decision. But going into this fight and seeing those first couple rounds, he was fighting off his back foot and doing it right. He was throwing punches while he was backing up. Him getting trapped in the corner was very minimal in this fight. Him getting trapped on the ropes this time around was very minimal. And that was absolutely perfect. His game plan was to not get back down. And because of that, well, Bivol took more punishment than the first fight as well. Obviously, if you're not going to get back down against a pressure fighter like Artur Beterbiev, well, you're going to have to get used to taking some punches. And he took a lot more punches today. We kind of saw the type of chin that Bivol has. I mean, he was taking good punches once again. Got busted up pretty good. Continued fighting. I was just really impressive with Bivol with the way he wanted to actually bang with Artur Beterbiev. I mean, he wanted to exchange punches. He was taking punches. He was really getting in there. Obviously, Bivol doesn't have the power to take Artur Beterbiev out, but he has the boxing skill to keep up with him for 12 rounds and potentially score points and outbox him, and he did exactly that. Now, there was a time in the fight where I was concerned. I'd say around rounds 3 to 7, if you watched him back, his right hand, it looked like it was broken. It looked like he hurt it, right? He was not throwing it at all. Keep throwing the jab, kept throwing the left hook. His right hand, I mean, he was not doing anything with it. It looked like Artur Beterbiev was starting to target it, hit it a lot, and every time Bivol would throw the right hand, it was very minimal. The power, there was not a lot of power behind it. It was kind of like slapping. He was really just throwing it just to show Beterbiev that, he still has it active. But I was a bit concerned. I thought that Bivol would be screwed. I thought he was down. I thought he was done for with that right hand. It really looked like he hurt it. But then he started to pick it up more after that 8th round. Maybe he did hurt it. I mean, I'm sure we'll learn in the next couple of days if he did. Maybe he did hurt it, and adrenaline just came in, and he's like, "Screw it! I want these belts," and he continued to throw at them. But it was concerning. I'd say rounds 3 to 7, I thought he really hurt his hand, then he was going to be screwed. I mean, he has a good right hand. He doesn't, of course, doesn't have the power like I mentioned, but it lands. And he needed that. He can't just win a fight off a jab against a skilled fighter like Beterbiev. But around the 8th round, he started to throw his right hand more, which is better. But like I mentioned, he was a bit gun shy. He wasn't really throwing that right hand. And when he did, it was not really good. But he wanted these belts. He wanted this win. He wanted this revenge. We could see through camp. We could see through the press conference. He wanted this. He was locked in. Thing I will say, I mean, we're going to get the trilogy. No doubt about it. But it was kind of weird with Beterbiev. Like, the way he fought was a bit different. And I don't think he was scared of Bivol, right? I mean, he's familiar with Bivol. He's not scared of him. But he kind of seemed like he was laying off a bit. Now, conspiracies, and it's not really a conspiracy, kind of a joke. But even after, he didn't really care that he lost. Maybe Turkey slid him some extra money for a trilogy. That's just a simple conspiracy, but I don't know. We're definitely getting the trilogy. It seems like it was bound to happen. Bivol's going to get the win. Bivol did enough. I'm not going to say it's staged, but it was just weird. It was just weird the way Beterbiev was fighting after the last couple of rounds. It didn't seem like he wanted it. Wasn't really pressuring as much anymore. Really kind of just staying off when Bivol was getting gassed, getting drained. I feel like Beterbiev could have, put on the pressure a bit more. Didn't really want to. Didn't really care when he lost. And I don't know. I wasn't in the ring with him. I'm not in the mind of Beterbiev, but kind of seemed a little strange. Either way, the card in general, good card already, but a bit disappointing. Not what I expected. Of course, 2 injuries we saw happen with Daniel Dubois and then Floyd Schofield, but the card wasn't too bad. That Saudi Arabia atmosphere, dude, it is not fun. It is not fun. I wish we get to see these bigger fights happen in the States, in the UK. But geez, man, I mean, it's just a weak atmosphere. People like to say, who cares about the atmosphere? I do, because when you care about the atmosphere, you get more into it. The energy's there. Instead of just sitting on the couch, just like, the only really exciting fight was the last fight. And of course that's important, but if you're going to put on a big card that has a lot of championship fights on it, you got to make the atmosphere better. We'll see what happens. Who cares? Bivol, undisputed champion. Expect the trilogy to be announced. I'd assume it would probably be midsummer, July. Probably be a good time to make it. Who knows? Maybe Bivol did really hurt his hand and he's going to need some surgery, need some time off. Maybe Beterbiev is injured. Who knows? But, we're going to see that trilogy. And it's deserved. I was thinking maybe if Beterbiev won, we'd see him against Bivol, maybe retire. Or, I'm sorry, we'd see him against Benavidez or maybe retire. I don't know. Benavidez is going to have to wait. We did see Callum Smith, though, get a pretty big win. I did not see him winning that fight, but he did. He did. He ended up pulling it off. Good for him. Deserved that win. I didn't think he would, but maybe we see a Callum Smith versus David Benavidez fight. Maybe that's not too bad. Let me know what you guys think of that fight. Bivol versus Beterbiev. People are some saying that Beterbiev was robbed. You don't deserve to win a belt fighting off your back foot the whole fight. Bivol outpointed him. Bivol outclassed him. I think Bivol deserved it. Let me know what you guys think. What do you expect for the future for them two? But good fight. Very good fight. Two very good boxers. Glad to see it. Future Hall of Famers. I'm out, guys. Peace.